Hello, hockey fans! Welcome back to the Hockey Flow. My name is Josh, and today is Saturday, May 14th, 2022. Happy Saturday, everyone! Thank you so much for joining me. We have a really exciting video today. We're actually going to be looking at the 2021-2022 Calder Trophy Finalists. We did have three excellent choices to pick from, so we're going to work through those three, take a look at some of their highlights, their stats, of course, and at the end, I'm going to give you my winner, who I think is going to be this year's NHL Rookie of the Year. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. And before I forget, if you do enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be bringing you videos daily. We are going to do special ones like this every weekend as well. So yeah, let's jump right into it. All right, so first and foremost, our first candidate we have is Michael Bunting. This one's a little bit of a hot topic, if you will, because he is a little bit older. He is 26 this season. So as far as rookies are concerned, that's not typically what we think of. We think of a little younger on the spectrum. Goodness, can't believe I'm saying 26 is older, but for the sake of argument, he is on the older side of the spectrum. But tell you what, don't take away anything from the excellent season he had. Right here, we are looking at his player card from The Athletic. So again, thank you, Dom and Shayna. Appreciate you guys for providing those puppies to us. Excellent resources and gives us a good picture at how these players impacted their teams. But Michael Bunting did have an excellent season. He finished the year with 63 points. He had 23 goals and 40 assists. Oh man, he was rocking and rolling. His market value was excellent as well. 12.4 million. That's extraordinary. His game score value added was 3.6, which is in the upper echelon, to be quite honest. I mean, we're talking, I think Mikko Rantanen was a market value around 13, maybe 14. So we're getting close. Now, one of the main arguments against Mr. Bunting is that he's playing on a line with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews, arguably the MVP of the league, 60-goal season. Mitch Marner, another excellent player in this league. So you look at it, and Bunting does kind of play third string to them on that line, and it's an interesting thought. Is he going to put up the same production on a different line? Maybe not. It's interesting with Bunting because he does have a case study in the NHL already. We already have a sample size, so and he didn't really stand out like this, but he could just be a late bloomer, right? The highlights show that he absolutely does have the skill and the talent, and the numbers were there this year, and sometimes it just takes finding the right situation to put it all together, and I think that's what Bunting did this year. We saw some excellent goals. We saw some excellent just 5-on-5 play in general. So yeah, he does a lot of the dirty work too. Michael Bunting is an excellent choice for Rookie of the Year. I wouldn't necessarily have any qualms with it. I have no issue with his age. There are requirements for a reason. We play by the rules, right? So yeah, Michael Bunting, he's going to be our first choice. All right, second choice here, Moritz Seider. And by second choice, I definitely do not mean that I'm ranking these in any order. Our winner is going to come at the end, but I just mean our second option here, Moritz Seider, the young German. Man, I'm a huge fan of this young lad. He had an excellent season for the Red Wings. Some of the things that stand out for Seider are things that maybe don't stand out on paper as much too. Man, he was so physical this year and led that back line. Arguably their best defender since day one this season. Quarterback their power play by the end of the year as well. We see that with his goals and assists. Man, he had 50 points. Like let's not take anything away from him. There's a reason he's in this conversation. There's a reason he's in the top three finalists. He had an impact on both sides of the game. His market value, according to The Athletic, 7.3 million. That's great for a defender. That I would say that's top third. That's wonderful. Especially as such a young kid, 21, as opposed to Bunting, where he's 26. I understand the argument there. Now the other argument for Bunting versus Seider is that plus minus, and I really believe that's part of, or that's just a product of the team that they play on. Seider playing for the Red Wings, again, he's probably their best defender, one of their best players, probably top three, top five? Who's better? Larkin, Bertuzzi, Raymond probably should be in this discussion too. I know a lot of fans were very surprised he wasn't in the three finalists. Red Wings fans, let me know in the comments. Do you think Raymond should be here instead of Seider? I don't think so personally. I think it would have been nice to see both of them. Bunting is an interesting one just because he is on the older side, but Seider had an excellent season. We see some excellent goals here. He had a big hit too that I know made a lot of headlines. Someone trying to lay the shoulder into him, and he wasn't having it. But Moritz Seider had an excellent season, 1.7 goals, game score value added, so a very respectable number as well. But yeah, Rookie of the Year, Moritz Seider? Maybe. Let's look at our third option. All right, Trevor Zegras, he had an excellent season as well. The human highlight reel, I guess, this season for the NHL, had a couple of Michigan goals, Michigan goals with the lacrosse style. Also invented a new pass, essentially, with the lacrosse pass over the net, which we're seeing right here. Just amazing. He's revolutionizing the game. He's bringing things to the game that we've never seen before, and that's just incredible. To have that impact, that's something special. And from a production standpoint, he still had a very excellent season as well. Matched Bunting in goals with 23, only had 2 fewer assists at 38, and finished with 2 fewer points at 61. His plus minus is a different story, and again, it's a project of the team he's playing on. The Anaheim Ducks are in that rebuilding phase, right? You guys had a great start to the season. Kudos to you, but it did come back down to reality by the end. Man, look at that goal. That's just incredible. But by the end of the year, we did come back home and we realized, okay, we are rebuilding, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have some excellent pieces, here in place, and Zegras is one of them. His production this season was fantastic. He was leading the second line center for the Ducks this season, so he was carrying a large burden. He was doing what he needed to do and at a high level. And I tell you what, just from the excitement that he brings to the game, it's tough to argue him as not being Rookie of the Year, and he also is young. He's 21. He doesn't have 5 years of experience within professional hockey to lean on, but his market value was still a very respectable 7.0, right there with Seider. So when we look at that compared to Bunting and his market value, which is a direct correlation to the game score value added, we're looking at almost half, and that's really an interesting discussion. And put what you want into the athletic player cards, right? I absolutely love them, and I think they give a very good representation of a player's worth. Now, of course, there are some that you don't necessarily agree with, like Brent Burns, for example. I know he doesn't rate too highly on the player card model, but the impact he has is very obvious, and maybe that's a little sentimental in there as well. But I tell you what, when we look at Trevor Zegras, what he has done for the sport this season, what he has done for hockey and in general, people talking about it more. He got invited to the All-Star game just to perform in the shootout and did the crazy blindfolded average Joes. It was just amazing, right? So with all that being said, we have Bunting, we have Seider, and we have Zegras. We have 3 excellent young players. 2 younger than the third, but the NHL, at the end of the day, we're in great shape. We have some excellent young talent. But my winner of the Calder Trophy is Trevor Zegras. Absolutely, man, the impact that this young lad has on the game of hockey, excitement day in and day out. You never know what you're going to get from the kid, and I mean that in a good way, right? Like, it's not every day that we have that wild card, quote unquote, but it's all positive. We don't have to worry about anything off the ice with him. Not that we do with the others either. Hockey is in a really excellent place right now. But Trevor Zegras, you are the 2021-2022 Calder Trophy winner. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. I really do appreciate you joining me. This was fun. We're going to go through probably the other awards as well. The Norris Trophy is going to be a fun debate, Makar Yossi, so I look forward to that one. But again, if you guys do enjoy the content that I'm bringing in each day, please go ahead, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button, because I am going to keep bringing you more videos each day. You can always find me over on Twitter as well at the HockeyFlow22. But until next time, cheers!